doing this for me.
Oh, my pleasure.
Hello and welcome to Conversations to Raise Vibrations. Yeah, we've been away for 2 weeks, so I was really excited. I know this is an earlier start time just for this week, so I'm going to give a shout out to Elvira for that. Thank you so much for doing that for me.
Pleasure.
Just the way this week worked out, and I really needed it. So hopefully we have some of our regulars on live, and if not, I'm hoping they'll watch later. I did put a couple of posts to just remind everyone of the time change, but you never know. But I am so excited to be back because I've missed it, and I need this week. I think I need this as much as everyone else tells us they need it. I feel like I need it too. I love it. I feed off your energy, off, our guest energy, and I'm so thankful to be here. So these vibrations, as always, I'm joined by the beautiful Elvira Hopper, looking beautiful in red, I might add. Yes. And okay. But okay, sorry, we are 5 minutes late. We had some technical difficulties in the back. We couldn't hear one another. Anyway, it's all good now. We're here. And if you are watching this live, please let us know who you are. Hopefully you've given StreamYard permission. And if not, you're going to watch it later. Awesome. Hit hashtag replay and let us know about what you loved. Good morning from Fort Recovery, Ohio. Oh, hello. Love it. Good morning.
Hello.
Let us know who you are, because unless you give StreamYard permission, it won't show your name. It just says Facebook user. So, but we welcome you. And we're so grateful you're here with us. And if you're going to jump over, or hey, even if you're thinking about it, we're going to ask you, jump over to our YouTube channel. We are trying to build that up too, and just, building it out to serve the masses, right? Hopefully this message that we do serves somebody else. So if you know someone that this would serve, please, head over to YouTube, hit like, share, subscribe, and just share it away to your heart's content. Oh, it's Shonda. I was going to say that, Shonda, because I know you are.
Oh, Shonda. She's awesome. Yeah.
I know she was amazing. Sure, if it was you or not. Hello.
I love Shonda. Yeah.
I do too. All right. So today we have a good one for you. And it comes from, I know this is Elvira's mentor, and she got me onto this amazing human being, AG. And can I read the quote? Would you mind if I read the quote?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. AG Morishita, he's an amazing coach out of LA. So go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah. And he sends these, what I love, I'm not a big fan of receiving emails daily. If we've all subscribed to something and then all of a sudden, right, we're spammed every day with stuff. But I'm going to tell you about this gentleman, AG. He doesn't spam you. It's quotes that he writes every day. And it just, for me, it's like I subscribe to the Abraham Hicks quotes every day, and they're quick and they're like, yeah, okay, that reminder. Yesterday's AG's hit me like a ton of bricks, I think, right in the middle of the forehead.
And me too. Yeah.
And you too, because I replied to him, and then Elvira just told me, oh my gosh, I replied to him about that quote too.
And I usually don't. Yeah. So it was perfect. We were meant to talk about it. We were meant to both be impacted by it.
Exactly. And hopefully somebody else is going to be impacted. You are not what you feel. These emotions are temporary. Don't allow how you feel to dictate your actions. Allow your vision and promises to dictate your actions. You will feel better when you choose to honor your promises, even when you don't feel like it. This is how you build trust, confidence, and resiliency. With appreciation and gratitude, AG Mauricia. And it was like
chills. Isn't it great?
He's amazing.
I sent him back, I freaking love you. And he's like, I love you. Thank you for being an ally and an advocate. And anyway, he's amazing.
Like I did. I sent him, I said, that's the first time I've sent him anything back. And I said, you have no idea how much in this moment that I needed that. And he said, I'm so glad it was timely for you. And he said, I'm thinking of putting these, he didn't say quotes, I'm thinking of putting these into a 365-day book. And I'm like, yes, because I would buy that. And what it's right to open it up and have a different day. And I just thought, because for the last few weeks, I've been experiencing a lot of emotion, a lot of up and down. It's been a very trying time. And Elvira, some of it. And I just think yesterday in that moment, I was having some more of those emotions. And I'm trying to feel them and move past them. Same thing I talk to all my clients about, the same thing I come on here and we talk about, feel them so you can move past them, feel them to heal them. And I happen to open up and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I am not my emotions. I am not these emotions. I am not my thoughts. It's just, and my mom has been such a great help for me these last few weeks. And she said, this is a blip in time. It's a blip.
That's
And
nice.
and I love this, and this vision might help anybody, because I don't know why when she said this, I was like, oh yeah, that hit me too. She said, right now you're picturing yourself at the bottom of the mountain climbing. She said, I want you to start to picture yourself at the top of the mountain, and you've overcome this, and you're looking down
Oh,
at your old self.
oh, I got chills again. Yeah.
Right?
What
So
a wise mama.
she is a wise mama. And I was like, yeah, I am. So every time I start to go down, I'm like, no, I'm at the top of the mountain and I'm looking down. This is just a blip. I just have to get through. It's not a phase. And this morning I was journaling about it, and I actually just wrote a simple prayer, and I said, Father, I have different names for the universe. I've God, source. I call them all different kinds of things.
Same.
I just said, help me to, oh God, is my journal? It is here, but help me to move through this with ease and grace. Help me to surrender to what is and just be present for these feelings that are showing up for me. Because the way I look at it is, as we always say, it's happening for me. I'm not any different. It's happening for me.
Yeah.
And
Not
I
to
don't,
you.
no, it's not happening to me. And I
Yeah.
don't want to sit and try and figure out, why is this happening? I don't want to go into that. I just want to allow whatever needs to come up. It's here. It's a teacher for me. So that's the other thing when I talk about these emotions are your teacher.
Yeah.
So, right, you're not emotions, but they're there for you to help you move through, right, to
Yeah.
get to the other side. Okay,
Yeah.
I've talked. Now it's your turn.
No, I love it. I love it. Yeah, and it's so cute how, like, I don't usually respond to AG with "I freaking love you," like to my mentor, but it just really hit me too. I realized, yes, we're not our emotions, because I just went through something challenging on Thanksgiving,
Yes.
where I exploded on a family member because they were trying to say, that there's no proof the Indigenous people in Canada were harmed by the Catholic Church, because this person is very Catholic. And I was like, what? Like, are you kidding me? And I have, like, kept my cool around this person. In fact, I actually have a video on my website about how I was able to take back my power from this person, who has been virtually a bully to me my whole life, because she doesn't know any other way to show up. That's her way. She needs to have power over people, right? So we talk about power with the Love Your Vibe transformation. We talk about power over, and then we talk about victim power under. And those two go together a lot. People seem to find each other that have power over and power under. But we talk about having power with other people. So I've been really good about keeping my cool around her and having power with her, or at least, like, just being able to keep her in the far outer circle with love and light. I like to say FOC. It stands for far outer circle. I focked her with love and light. I teach you how to do that free on my website if you want to go. But I've been doing this for years and years, and I've been really good. And then on Sunday, I had a relapse. But someone said to me, "You didn't have a relapse. You didn't, because that was righteous rage. Like, how this person triggered you. Like, I was crying the next day with my mother. I was crying on the next day, because I said, Mom, those poor Indigenous kids, like, somebody found them, and they were found. I'm getting chills right now, right? I'm feeling their spirit. Somebody found them. And then I have this family member that says, you have no proof that the Catholic Church did that. Anyway, so that's what I had to deal with. And fortunately, I was able to process it. I made a Facebook post about it. So I got it out there. People shared, no, you didn't have a relapse, right? So I felt like, okay, maybe, I was judging myself harshly.
Yeah.
And I had a good cry with my mom on the phone, right? She's not the best space holder for my tears sometimes, but still she listened. And that was it. The feelings were
Right.
gone. I am
Yeah.
not those feelings. I
Yeah.
am my purpose. I am my
Yeah.
why. I am my mission. And
Yeah.
so blessed to have an amazing mentor like AG who reminded us both of that yesterday. So
Yeah.
that's what I have to say about it.
I love it. I love it. And I saw that post and I thought, no, you held space. Righteous anger. I like that because you held space for those children. That's what was coming through me at the time when I
Oh,
was writing
yeah.
a comment
Yeah.
back to you
More chills,
was
more chills. Yeah.
you were
I
holding
yeah, I was
those children.
representing the kids that couldn't talk for themselves.
You had to do
See,
that.
I'm feeling the
And
emotion again, but
yeah,
I'm not quite so upset with her. I actually have compassion for her because she doesn't know any other way to be. And God bless her. I really, I
yeah,
don't wish her any ill whatsoever. But
yeah,
pushing the Catholic Church in my face like
mhm,
for hours on Sunday, and then eventually when my brother said, "Well, how about the indigenous children?" And then she said, well, there's no proof. And that's when I lost it. Like I was able to keep it. Like, okay, that's her, that's her, that's her. I'm okay. I'm okay. And my brother and my husband were talking with her and I was just sitting back and listening. And it's like, but then the indigenous children, no, I had to speak up. And I did get angry. And
good.
she ended up getting up and leaving the house. And I was like, so there's, that's how bullies do it, right? They push and they push and they push. And then when you push back, they leave, right?
Yeah,
And that's power over. She can't have power with people. She doesn't know what power with is.
yeah,
I do my best to maintain it because I've learned, the teachings that I teach now. And that's the other thing I want to say to you, Lisa. I just want to jump off and say, when you have these feelings, when you feel whatever it is you're feeling, I just want to remind you, this, but I just want to remind you, you're going through it because you're going to help other people through it as well. When
yeah,
people are at the end of their rope, they're going to get to come to you and say, Lisa, how did you do it? And
yeah,
you get to go, well, I remember this time
yeah,
when blah, blah, blah. And
yeah,
you give them hits, hope,
yeah,
inspiration, and tools.
yeah.
That's what I believe, that because you are a light worker of the highest order. So yeah.
And I was just reading the other day about more about light workers. It was a quote. I think it might have been in Louise Hay's book. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. But just about how when you are an empath and when you sign up on this planet to be that empath, because oftentimes the path isn't always easy
Yeah.
because right? It's not always easy, right? We tend to look outside and go, oh God, like that person there, they seem to have it so easy, and that person there seems to have it so easy. But we're all on different paths. We're all on different ways, different soul journeys,
Yeah.
and whatever your soul needs to learn in this lifetime, it's going to learn. And you can do it the easy way or the hard way. The last couple of weeks, I feel like I will be totally upfront. I feel like I've been doing it the hard way. But just this morning, I thought, I got to just surrender this because it is what it is. And as my mom said, here's another wise thing from my mother. I love her.
Wise mama.
Yeah, she really is. She said, Lisa, I'm going to tell you right now, nothing is going to move. Nothing is going to shift until you accept where you are in this moment.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
that's a hard thing, right? Because we oftentimes don't want to accept where we're at. Like I'm thinking I'm 51, I shouldn't be in this situation. I should already be over here. This is the judgment. This is the other thing I
Yeah.
want to talk about.
Yeah.
We tend to judge ourselves quite harshly. And that was the perfect point that you brought up. You judged yourself because you think somehow stepped out of the light and you were
Yeah.
angry. That anger serves a purpose.
Yeah.
Anger serves a purpose. And we need to
I
stop.
set a boundary. Like you can't do that. And she crossed that boundary and she
Yeah,
decided to leave instead of staying and going, you know what? I obviously offended you. Can we talk about it? That would have been power with. Instead, she doesn't know how to do that. And I'm not gonna, judge her for that. That's the best she can do. So she got up and left us all in this like wake of like confusion and anger and sadness, and like, how could you possibly believe that? Like, and that's what she needs to believe so that she can justify being this staunch Catholic. That's what she needs to believe. So I actually have compassion for her. We go through stuff for a reason, and I feel up leveled as a human being. And if I was to see her like right now, I'd hug her and say, how you doing? Like, it's not like I'm angry with her. I just, so we go through things for there's always a reason, and I learned through it. And she may never get that, she shows up in this very power over way that offends people, and she may never get it, or she might, who knows. And it's not my journey, it's her journey. And so the less I judge myself, the less I'm likely to judge her. And I've gotten really good at judging myself less over the years and doing this inner work. And in fact, I just posted about it on Facebook.
I was just gonna say.
Oh my God, what are you gonna say? Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah.
Add that into this conversation that you just posted about that as well. Yeah. And you want to read the post? You want to find it and read it?
You know what? I don't know if I can find that post, but interestingly enough, I just posted another one today that just seemed kind of appropriate too. So here's one that just is connected to what AG talked about, right? So my post today is, I have this beautiful woman, MJ. She's in this group, MJ McQueen, and she creates all my beautiful posts. And that one is, the universe supports those feeling they're worthy. Why? So when you feel worthy of your why, the universe gives you all the support you need in order to accomplish that why. The worthiness piece is really important, and not judging yourself, right? So that piece is really important. And and then the little quote I just put, if I can read, if you don't mind. And when you feel deeply worthy and connect with your why, be not surprised when the universe connects you with the people, situations, and things that allow you to achieve your purpose / mission / why. So it's all about worthiness. It's all about stepping up and owning that thing you're meant to do, embodying that thing you're meant to do. It's not about, I wish, it's about being. Like, I am being my mission every day. And therefore, miracles find me daily. This is what I talk about, being a miracle magnet, right? And I teach others how to do it. And we hold space for others to do it with the Love Your Vibe transformation. And it's all about you being your aligned, authentic, fully self-expressed self in your mission. And that's when all the stuff just falls away. And you still have little moments, right? But those moments are clarifying moments, and they lead you to better things. So you just went through a blip that's made you a better you, I believe, Lisa. And
through it, but yes.
Sorry, go ahead. You're still going through it. Yeah. Well, when you're on the other side, you're going to be able to look back and go, oh, I get it. And this is why. And when you meet that one person, Lisa, this is what I've noticed as a coach. When you meet that one person that needed to hear that exact story, the way you tell it and the way you were able to get out of it, that person's going to go, thank you. Because you've given them hope, inspiration, and the tools that you use to get out of it. And so I remember one of my biggest dark nights of the soul, Lisa, was in Tuscany, Italy, right? I think I've talked about this. I actually have a book in me on leadership called Shit Show in Tuscany, a book on leadership. And literally it's how I learned to be a really good leader by being a really shitty leader in Tuscany, Italy at my first retreat. And so what I learned was that sometimes being a leader is stepping back and letting other people come forward to lead. And that's what happened. A woman with PTSD was triggered. 2 women at my retreat stepped forward who had set the intention before they came that they wanted to be better leaders. So look at what the universe brought them, the opportunity to be leaders where they superseded me as the actual leader. So I had to step back in total humility, and they stepped forward to support this woman with PTSD. let me tell you, it was not fun. I had a few dark nights of the soul where I called my husband every night and I was crying and I'm like, I just want to run away screaming. I just want to leave them here and go away. And he goes, nope, you're not going to do that. And I
Yeah.
said, honey, how did you do it all those years? This is where my husband's story helped me. Okay. So my
Yeah.
husband used to run hotels. Now he's my COO, but my husband used to run hotels and he was not seen as the leader. When he was drop shipped into one hotel that was operating very badly, and basically the inmates were running the asylum. So
Right.
they drop shipped David into this hotel, and he was supposed to turn it around. Well, guess what? After 2, I think maybe 3 years, he never turned it around. He was never seen as the leader because
Right.
those people, they all banded together and
Right.
they never allowed him in as the leader. So I said to him when I was in Tuscany, in tears streaming down my face, in total anguish, I said, honey, how did you do it all those years when they never saw you as the leader? And here's the 3 words that saved me. Do you remember my 3 words, Lisa?
I don't. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Like,
Okay. Here were his 3 words that saved my life. Okay, this is what happens. We go through things to help others. I believe my husband went through this to help me. The 3 words that saved my life were, remember the question? How did you do it all those years when they never saw you as the leader? Here's what he said. You lead anyway.
Ah,
Major chills.
yeah.
That one sentence, 3 words, saved me in Tuscany. I was able to finish off that retreat with some sense of dignity. I allowed those women to come forward and own their brilliance as leaders. I was able to show that Love Your Vibe really works because I had never been so beaten up in my whole life. And as soon as I left that retreat, I went to the south of Italy where I was born, Naples, Italy. And I had the best time with my family because I was able to process it quickly and see some miracles happen, knowing I was being supported by the universe. Some beautiful miracles. I've seen a rainbow over the Bay of Naples, which was my father. I used to drop him off when I was 5 years old, and he'd go on traveling on these, cruises, and I wouldn't see him for 6 months. So being able to see that rainbow showed me that I was going to be okay. So here's the part I want to bring it to. When I got back from that, I got 2 elite clients right away. Why? Because I was a new version of me. I showed that Love Your Vibe really, really works because I proved it in my darkest hours. And when I got back, one of my elite clients, she was struggling. And about a month into our coaching sessions, this is what happens. We have stories so that we can pull them out and share them with our clients so that they get to be supported too. So everything I go through, I say my life is a lab. I go through experiments just so I can fall and come up and help others too with the teachings that come through me, right? That have helped me. So this one client, I'd just gotten her as a client. She was amazing and she was struggling. And this one day I just said, I feel I need to share a story with you. And I shared that story, Lisa. Oh my God. She started crying. I'm like, are you okay? She's like, Elvira. She goes, hearing that has just taken all the weight off my shoulders.
Yeah.
Because why? Because the woman that she valued, her coach, was also a shit show a month before. And she figured she was going to do it too, because if I still go through these issues, she was going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, her name. If I went through that shit show just to be able to share it with you, I am so glad I went through it. Yeah. And that was it. We go through stuff to serve. We, as light workers, we need to experience these things and feel them at a deep level so that others actually have hope, inspiration, and tools. So there you go.
I love it. I just want to acknowledge a couple comments because we want to do that. So Facebook user, I'm thinking it's Shonda. The Emotional Advantage by Randy Taryn, founder of the Project Happiness. It's a great read and super helpful to build skills on the value of emotions. I like that. And desire,
Beautiful.
tolerance, happiness, sadness, fear, anxiety, confidence, anger, guilt, love, 7 of the 30 identified emotions. Throw in faith or belief, and each of those take a whole new feeling. Yeah, absolutely. And Tori Joe live, I know. Good morning,
Hello,
ladies.
Tori Joe.
It was so good because I was thinking of you when I posted this. I thought, oh, poor Tori Joe, because she's 2 hours behind
Oh.
mountain time, right? Make it, but I promise it's just for this week, Tori Joe. I had some glitches in just the way my life is going right now. um, I'm having to do some work with my husband. So after this, I'm jetting out to do that. So I'm so grateful again to Elvira for doing this. But yes, and the one thing I want to just go back on that we talked about here is feeling the emotions and not judging ourselves, feeling them.
Yeah.
And all those feelings that, I think are in the project happiness that Shonda just mentioned, desire, tolerance, happiness, all of those things, you can read the quote, you're allowed to feel whatever you're feeling, whatever those emotions are, right? It's our reaction to them that changes things, right? So when we have a reaction to, whatever we're going, for instance, your issue on Sunday or whenever you had your Thanksgiving dinner, and my stuff that I've been going through, my reaction, honestly, then the last few weeks, I'm going to be vulnerable and honest, has been judging myself a lot. I have been sitting in judgment of myself. Why did you leave teaching? That was the dumb, almost a 6-figure income, pension, benefits. God, that was dumb. And then, of course, I go back and I wake up out of it, and I could never have there. I was in the bath last night, and I thought, I had 12 years left when I left 5 years ago. That would put me at 7 more years today. Not a chance could I do it. I know I could, because I wasn't living my truth. And I know that, but it's the easy way out. Steady paycheck, steady benefits, like it's easy, right? And I also know that if I was to stay there, I can tell you with certainty, I never would have done, I would have died with my music still in me. I would not have been building the business that I'm building. I would not be serving the clients that I'm serving. I would not be, I know I wouldn't.
No.
So,
and that's a tragedy to me. I just posted about that yesterday. It's a tragedy to me to die with your real music still in you. And I found that quote, Lisa, if I can share it with you. I don't know if you can read that.
No, I can't. It's blurry. So by not judging yourself, that's what I see. By not judging.
By not judging yourself, the world will feel safer around you. Read that again. By not judging yourself, the world will feel safer around you. So what does that mean to you, Lisa?
Yeah. Well, as soon as I actually read that, and again, I read it yesterday, and sometimes I'm late to some of the stuff on Facebook because I don't go on there a lot. Believe it or not.
That's good.
So sometimes I'm late to the comments. So I don't know when you posted it, but I saw it yesterday. And I saw it yesterday when I needed to see it because, again, I sat in judgment of myself yesterday. And I thought, if I can stop judging myself, then I'm showing up who I'm supposed to be showing up at. I can just sit and, feel the emotions, just watch them almost like that observer, stand in awareness, watch them move through me because they aren't me. I'm not my emotions. Allow them to pass through me. Stand up and be who I'm meant to be, and stand in that place of worth. And
and the world feels safer because you won't judge the world.
Yes.
So the world will feel safer around you. We don't judge ourselves. We don't judge the world. And they feel better. So your relationships are better when you're not judging yourself, right? So sorry, keep going.
I love it. And, I was thinking yesterday, or I don't know when I was thinking it, I've had a lot over the last few weeks, but I thought, what's coming up for me is this old program of unworthiness. So that hit me as well. And I was like, okay, so I still have some stuff around this, even though I've cleared.
Good awareness.
And that's what I thought. Okay, I'm working with a client right now who has similar, and I thought, I've still got some of that shit coming up too. And so I'm working through some of that as well. And it's very interesting that if you sit in awareness long enough, you will see what still needs to be clear. And then I work with Archangel Michael, and I was working with Archangel Michael, and I was just working with him to clear blocks and clear whatever is still sitting in me so that I can stand up and move forward, know my worthiness so that I can help the world, right? And Facebook user Shonda, I'm going to assume it's surfacing because you're about to be catapulted. I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
I feel that. Thank you so much for saying that, but I do feel that. And I cannot help but feel I am about to be, as she said, her words, catapulted into the next level, into the next phase. And we never stay in anything for long, right? Energy moves in motion. It's always moving. It doesn't stay stagnant. And I know that this feels like it's been going on for a long time, but in the universe, time is irrelevant, right?
Yeah.
So I know I can feel that I'm about to go that, like, I just feel it. It's coming. And
so do I. Yeah.
I feel it. Tori Jo says reactions to subconscious comparison cause unbalance without implementing open awareness and action. Wow. I need to reread that.
That's deep.
It's, I love it.
Tori Jo wisdom.
I love it so much. We are all worried about how others think, about how others think of us. I know that I'm thinking of me more than they are. Yeah, 100%. 100%. More or less thinking of how others think of me. I'm judging myself more than I'm not actually thinking about how others think of me. To be honest, I'm not. I'm just, I've been in a bit of a lull. I feel like lull, that's what's coming to me right now. So and hard to move forward. Anyways, the whole point of this was that we just need to, going back to AG's quote, is you are not your emotions. Emotions are temporary, right? Just allow them to be present, process them, and move for them. And for heaven's sakes, let's just surrender to what is good. That is my prayer today for myself, for everybody, that we can just surrender and allow is what is. It is what it is.
Yeah. Let's not judge ourselves, and let's create a safer world for ourselves and others. And Lisa, you are about to be catapulted, because if I hadn't had that dark night of the soul in Tuscany, I wouldn't have come back to 2 elite clients that I hadn't had like in a year. So that's what happens when you go through the dark. When you're down, you bounce twice as high. So that's what AG tells me too. You bounce twice as high. So that's coming. And I'm excited for you. And people, if you want to give Lisa some love below, I'm sure you already have, but thank you. I know we've gone a bit over time, and this has been a brilliant conversation. Thank you, Lisa.
It has been wonderful. Listen, everyone, thank you so much for joining us a little bit earlier. Next week, we will be at the same time, 11 a.m. So I cannot wait. Honestly, these conversations are the best for me. I love it. Tori Jo says, much love, Lisa. Thank you, Tori Jo. I feel that love from you, and I send it right back to you. So thank you, everyone who jumped on, Shonda, Tori Jo, and anybody else who, maybe didn't comment. We're so grateful for you. And Elvira, I am beyond grateful for you and your friendship, your love. I'm just so grateful. I can't say that.
Right back at you. Right back at you. You got this, my beautiful sister.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. So until next week, guys, we will see you next week, and continue to send each other love, continue to send love out to this beautiful universe. And we are all walking each other home. That is a quote that I've had on repeat quite a while. Every time I see someone, I say, we are all just walking each other home. I love it. So
Ram Das. Yeah. So beautiful. Yeah.
Until next week. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Bye. 3, 2